Morning, fellas. Hey, Gary. Hey, Waylon. Hey, Tex. Today is my Wednesday, and tomorrow we'll be having our vet come out to do the examination of little Gary. Today I have to take and move him out of this pasture, and I will slowly walk him over to the pasture adjacent to us here behind me. And from there, I'll wait till tomorrow, then I'll walk him up into the lot and have him ready for when the vet gets here. Yeah, tomorrow's going to be a big day for him. We're going to have a lot of our questions answered. So we're excited to announce that we're going to be moving little Gary over to our lot where we have our squeeze chute, because we have our vet coming over, a large animal vet, a vet who specializes in large animals like little Gary, cows and horses mostly. And when she gets here, we're going to ask her a series of questions about Gary. Number one, is Gary living in pain? Like excruciating pain. Is Gary in pain? If he is there any way to manage that pain? Number two, we're going to ask her if there's any type of procedure to repair whatever's messed up inside little Gary's leg, hip, knee. I'm not even sure. I do not know the extent of his injuries. Don't forget that when we had Dr. Cochran come out the first time just to take care of his wound and his inside infection, they don't have the types of things that you would need to do MRI or X-rays and all of those things in the field. You'd have to take an animal in to have those kind of things done. Now, could there be a vet in this area that has those types of things? Maybe so, I don't know. But is there any way to fix or repair whatever is wrong in this back leg? Does that even happen? And then if it is possible, we would have to look around and try to find a vet who would take on that kind of a project. So is there a vet, I'm thinking question number three, who would do something like that, who would take on something, a project like this? And then number four, I kind of have to know about what it would cost. Because obviously if it's going to be a expensive procedure, and I can only imagine it would be, we'd have to consider all things. But we have a lot of questions to find out, and we're excited to have this vet. I will introduce all of you to her the day she comes out. I will say this: no matter what the future looks like for little Gary, I do feel like for the last 9 months, once we got him his wound taken care of and began to fatten him up, I think he's happy. And I think that he has a full belly. We all know he has a nice full belly. And then I know what you're all thinking would be the worst case scenario. And don't think I haven't thought the exact same thing. And don't think that I'm not prepared for if the vet tells us that there's not much of a future for him as far as, you know, living pain-free, or at least able to manage his pain. And if in fact this is only going to make him struggle, I think that most of us know what decision would have to be made at that point. Hard to talk about, friends, but we have to at some point start addressing things, and that will happen on Thursday. So everyone remembers a couple of nights ago we had an issue with our lady longhorns breaking out, and I've had a little leak here ever since. So on that particular night, they broke off the hose right here. So we already know about that. But they also dislodged this piece of pipe right here. Sadie, I can't work with you right there, sweetie. So I'm going to try, since I think they only broke it off. I don't think anything is broke. I think I can just kind of re-prime it and then put some more cement onto it and get it to go right back where it belongs. But I can't do any of that with Sadie, sweetie. Baby, I have to do a little job right quick, okay? Our cows need water, sweetie. Look, poor Ruby's just needing some water. She's like, I'll help you, Dad. I can help. I know she can. Sadie, sweetie. All right, baby. She thinks that I squatted down here to love on her, and I didn't. But how do you tell her that? How do I tell her I squatted down here to work, not to love? Sweetie, I got to work, baby. All right, there we go. Good girl. All right, back up. Back up. Oh, my gosh. Sadie, back up. Okay. Okay, I love her. There. All right, you got plenty of kisses now. Baby, let me... Baby, let me work. Guys, I got to love her for a minute. So we have little Gary moved into the lot area. Hey, Gary. We're going to fill up your water right quick. Oh, did you come to visit Gary, sweetie? Did you come to visit with Gary? Well, I'm sure Gary appreciates the visit. Gary, if you give me 1 second, bud, I'm going to fill up your water. Here we go. What in the world do we have here? So when the vet comes today, she wants to watch Gary and observe him a little bit. She knows nothing about him except for what I've told her. And Dr. Shanks wants to get over and kind of watch him a little bit and observe his behavior, you know, while grazing and doing other stuff. And then at some point we'll move him into the squeeze chute where she can try to get over there and do some kind of an examination. And then she'll determine a whole lot at that point. But I mean, stuff like this right over here. Look, you see what he's doing over here, right? He sees Pearl, and he's so excited about Pearl that he's gonna run over. So when I see stuff like that, I'm thinking if he was that bad off, he would not be chasing the ladies. Guys, and you know, I mean, come on. If you're that bad off, if you're in that kind of pain, would you still have a desire to chase off after the ladies? So what I'm hoping is that the vet will be able to, you know what? I think there's like a worst case scenario, a best case scenario, and then there's the scenario that I'm kind of expecting. And I hope that she'll have a way that we can manage his pain. And then possibly she may even suggest go ahead and doing a field neutering him right here in the pasture. Probably not today, but if she thinks that he can just continue to live his life the way he's living it right now, but he'll have to take a supplement, a daily supplement for the pain management, then he'll have to be separated from the other bulls, obviously. But he could probably live in his front pasture over here. I'll put a couple of cows up with them to keep them company, but that way I can kind of hand feed him daily and make sure he's getting what he needs as far as his pain meds. Right? Uh-oh. And then that would be an ideal situation. And he just keep on ticking. Gary just keep on ticking. Right, sweetie? We love Gary, don't we? And we won't have to move him or anything else. If he has to have a daily med, then I won't move him. He'll stay right here where I can do that myself. Best case scenario, she says he seems to be doing fine. He's getting around, he's eating, he's healthy, he has his behavior and mannerisms are all the same as another bull, any bull his age. He'll be limited with what he can do in life, but he's fine, and that would be ideal. I don't really, guys, I'm just gonna tell you, I'm not just wishful thinking, but I do not think there's anything you can do for a bull, an animal his size. I mean, large animals like that, there's not a lot you can do with them, friends, when they get in that situation. All right, Gary has some water, and I'll also bring some feed. And then, of course, the worst case scenario is that she tells me something horrible, and we have to make a decision to have Gary put down. That would be just the worst. But listen, at this point, I really have no ideas. Not bothering you, Gary. He's like, put me in the chute, get it over with. I'm not doing a squeeze chute right now, Gary. And we're not letting you out with Pearl neither. Pearl had her a calf. Pearl has her calf hidden over here in the tree line. I've already went out and videoed this morning and saw the calf. But right now, Pearl wants out with the other cows. And we're not doing that, Pearl. We're not doing that, Pearl friend. Pearl Jam. Go back to your baby. She needs you, okay? Your baby needs you back there, okay? Today it's about Gary, all right? Today's about Gary. Get an itch? Oh, sweetie, I know you're a good mama. Being a good mom is hard work, ain't it? I know it's hard work. But you're wonderful. Pearl has 3 daughters now. Jolene, Ruby, and our new addition who has not yet been named. She who has not yet been named.
Don't let your troubles fester. Come watch Longhorn Lester.
Yeah, something like that.